Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. I thought I would wait till it actually was confirmed by the football club before I actually made this video. I know a bunch of people made videos beforehand, and now, but beforehand as well. I didn't want to make a video until it was 100% confirmed. It is now that Sam Allardyce is Leeds United manager for the final four games of this Premier League season. And I'm confident. I'm quietly confident, thinking we can get out of this. Because under Grazia, I had no hope. Under Grazia, I thought we were done for and we weren't going to get out of this, and we weren't going to survive. Sam Allardyce is a manager that does keep teams in the Premier League. The only team he failed with was West Brom, and if you look at that West Brom team, it was absolutely terrible. Their squad is 100% worse than ours. But with our players, I feel like we have the quality. I feel like it's more of a mentality thing with these players than actually like the quality that they're showing. It's more of the mentality because we started losing under Bielsa, then all of a sudden we lost and got battered week in week out. We got rid of him. We brought in Marsh. We stayed up at the end of the season. Look how we started the season. Beat Wolves on the opening day, drop a 2-0 lead to Southampton, which could prove costly at the end of this season if we actually go down. That could prove costly. But then we beat Chelsea. But then you look after that, the mentality just dropped. It just plummeted, and we lost. We get to a point where I think we waited too long to sack him. I think we should sack him before Christmas, but everyone knows that. We ended up not doing that, and we ended up keeping him after. We brought Grazia in to steady the ship. He did that, and we started to perform well. We started to win games, gain points, and we're like, wow, we're gonna finish mid-table at the end of this season after beating after we beat Wolves. We thought we're gonna stay up. We're gonna be like mid-table at the end of this season. Nothing to worry about. Then the mentality hit again. The players' mentality hit again. It went low again, and we started getting battered. It started at halftime against Palace. I want to know what happened because there's no way that nothing happened inside the sheds at halftime against Palace, because all after that we've just become a different team. After that we come out, we get battered 5-1 by them, but then we just get battered week in week out, and then after that, so something must have happened in there. There's things going around where it's between the older players and the younger players not agreeing with each other, or something's going on. Like they had a clash between the older players and the younger players. Is there like a people being too big for their boots, or the way the players are acting? Maybe the younger players aren't liking the way the older players are acting. Maybe the younger players are actually could be in the wrong as well. You don't know. They could be acting, and the older players are trying to tell them stop doing this. And the worst thing was, of course, what happened this week. But we already know what happened this week about the kid. No one even looked and waited him. Well, they found out after that they actually did. Harrison, Ailing, Aronson, and Forshaw did. But that's about it. And the rest of them just, the video of them all walking past. That's not what our club's about. But back on the Sam Allardyce, our confidence is at an all-time low, especially recently. And after losing 4-1 to Bournemouth, it is at an all-time low. But Allardyce is like the memes and Twitter, like the jokes that people make, they're funny. We get it. But he's not a hoofball type of manager. Everyone says all he does is hoof the ball up the top and look for someone to flick it on. That's not what we do. He really likes wingers with flair. He likes wingers that can track back, that have flair, that can put in a good cross into the striker. We have that in Willie Nonto, who has such a good flair, fast, pacey, can whip a ball, and as we saw against Bournemouth for that Bamford goal, unbelievable cross. And then on the other side, we have Harrison, who has the skills, has the crossing. He has the good crossing. He has skills. He can track back and get back. He he's there too. There too. I think that would definitely play. And Bamford, I think, will be the main man. I mean, in his press conference, Sam Allardyce did say that Bamford is going to be a main part of if we stay up, just due to the fact that he's our best striker we have. He's the only striker that will do the job of annoying defenders, jumping up for headers, um, keeping the ball. Like he's that type of player, which I like. And Sam Allardyce, his whole thing about what he's going to do for us is maintain our defense and get our defense more solid. Which I don't know how we're going to do that. I don't know if we're gonna. I don't think Furpo or Ailing will start for some. I don't think Furpo, Ailing, or Rasmus. I don't know if any of them will really start, but one of them has to start. I don't think Ailing will start just due to the fact that he always loves running forward and he's like an attacking fullback, and we want to stay defensive. So I could see us playing like a Rasmus, and then like a Voba Cock, because I think Coop is out for the season. So like a Voba Cock, and then at left back probably Furpo, and then maybe we'll play with like three DMs. I could see us playing with like a Rocker He really likes. He needs a player in the midfield that can spray. Sam Allardyce, as a manager, he likes someone in the midfield that can spray balls out wide, and that's Rocker that will do that job because I think that's part of his game that he's good at. Rocker will spray the ball left and right to Harrison or Nonto, or even Somerville if he plays. Or he likes playing with width. Allardyce gets like people slate him for like all he does is hoop. He loves playing with width. He loves playing with the wingers and getting the wingers in. And the whole method is get the wingers on, running at the defenders out wide, whipping a ball in for the striker. And the best option we have at winning a header and scoring a header is Patrick Bamford, so he'll probably play. So that's why I think he'll play. Um, I'm happy with this appointment. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you happy with this appointment or are you not? Because I'm happy with it because under Grazia we were going nowhere. We were going down. I didn't think we'll get a single point for the rest of the season with Grazia in charge. But under Allardyce, I could see us getting a win against West Ham, a win against Spurs on the last day. City's a bit of a. I think we're going to still lose, but off City, I want to talk about City for a second. Yeah, I'll be doing my preview, but for a minute, I want to talk about it. We don't want to get. If we get battered, I think we're out. We're going to get relegated. But if we keep it at a scoreline where it's reasonable, like if we lose 2, 3, 4 nil, I'm looking at it like okay, it is Man City, the best team in the world, and we look better defensively than getting battered by Palace. No offense to teams, but Palace, Bournemouth, and teams like that we got battered against. I think it's good if we can keep it lower than 4 goals, 4 or less, and I think we have shown up our defense a bit better. I don't know how and I'm excited because I don't want. I think the fans need to get behind. This is it. We have to get behind the players. 4 games left. This is it. No booing the players if they don't press or anything. Because I know we're not going to play that type of football, but people will still expect it. Because under every manager, we've oppressed. And the one time we didn't under Grazia against Brighton, the fans booed. We ended up getting a 2-2 draw in that game. And that's when Grazia changed up tactics. But towards the end, before, when we sacked him, he just kept doing the same lineup, the same formation. He didn't change it up like he was at the start. I don't know what happened. So something must have happened at Palace. I don't know. We'll probably find out one day what happened after one of the players will let something out after they leave or after their career or whatever. But yeah, Sam Allardyce in. I'm happy with the appointment and I think we can survive. This gives me way more hope than what I had under Grazia, and I think that we just have to hope that we can shithouse a win against Spurs. West Ham is probably the most winnable game we have left. West Ham is a must win for me. It's going to be that game. That game's going to be a must win to stay in the Premier League, I think. And if we beat them, we can drag them down. Drag them into the relegation zone battle as well. They're only 4 points clear of us. They play. They play Man United next. They lose that game. They then got a European game. I can't remember who they're playing in the Conference League, but they got to play them. Then they got to play us, and then they got to play another European game. They got 4 games. They have 4 games in what did I say? Like 4 games in 10 days or something. So if we can beat them and when we play them, they could be pushed back into the relegation battle. And that's another team that we could drag back in, and it might give us a space to get out of it. But yeah, Allardyce fills me with confidence more than what Grazia was at the end. Grazia at the start thought he was good. Thought he had the tactics were good, but now they're not. So I'm hoping. I think the best we're going to see out of players. Nonto will 100% start. We've heard him speak about how is Nonto not starting. How is Nonto not starting? He'll definitely start. And the way he talked in press conference, Bamford's going to be his main man. So he's going to be the main man up front. It's going to be Bamford. And hopefully he can shore up our defense, and help us be better defensively. And I think he will, honestly. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section about all this. And do you think we will survive? Because I'm still like in that thing of we could survive, but I still think we're down. But even if we go down, we have to just it's going to be a fresh reset, but I don't want to go down. People on Twitter saying it'll be better to go down than stay in the Prem. No, it's not going to be better going down because we're not just going to come straight up. We're not straight back up. We're not a Burnley. We're not one of these teams. But yeah, I think Allardyce was probably the best appointment we could have done, and I think he's a great manager as well. Like manager to player. He's good at like getting the best out of certain players. And I'm hoping he can get the best out of players like Jack Harrison, Willie Nonto, Somerville, Bamford. He can get the best out of, those type of players, and we can start playing well. Get the best out of Koch, Cooper if he's fit, Voba, Burpo, Ailing, Rasmus, whoever we're playing at the back. Getting better, getting more work out of McKennie and Rocco, who have both been poor recently, and Forshaw if he plays, which I think he could, because Allardyce would want to go more defensively, in the back. I feel like, and having that extra protection of Adam Forshaw. I could see us doing a double pivot of Rocker and Forshaw. I could do us doing a 3D. I could see us having three, CDMs and playing Rocker McKennie and Rocker McKennie and Forshaw and play them all deep, just trying to hold out, especially against City. I think that's what we could do, and I think that's what we will do against Man City. There's this whole notion about Allardyce plays 4-4-2. He doesn't play 4-4-2 of what I've heard. He plays different formations. He hasn't played 4-4-2 in a while, I'm pretty sure. And also what I want to say on his recent all of his clubs he's been at, he has never dropped down a position. That's something I want to say now. He hasn't dropped down a position. He's only gone up. He's only took the team up in every season. He's took the team further up, except at West Brom, where he went from 19th to 19th. So he's never gone down a place, from coming into a club. He's come into our club, and look, we're not in the relegation zone. So if that continues, we'll be safe. And he has never gone down at one position ever. So that gives me even more confidence to say, well, he's never even gone down a position. So maybe he won't go down a position and we'll stay up in 17th. I know it's going to be a tough end to the season. It's going to come down to the final day. I'm hoping that we play better against Man City. Not expecting to win, but I'm expecting a better performance from the team. He's out there helping the team training. Robbie Keane's also come over to be the assistant manager, and I think he can get a lot. He's come over to help. I don't think he's the assistant manager. He's come over to help though. And I think he can get the best out of like Bamford, especially Bamford. He can get the best out of him. A prolific goal scoring striker in the Premier League who played for Leeds United, loves the club. Apparently, he got a phone call in the morning. He dropped all these things, went straight, went straight here, came straight over to Ellen Road. Like he loves this club, and he would do anything to keep this club in the Premier League. And he could get the best out of Bamford. Striker to striker conversation between him, Bamford, and Rodrigo. You can get the best out of those type of players. You know, as he's a prolific goal scoring Premier League striker and a Leeds United legend, he can get the best out of a player like Bamford and Rodrigo, especially Bamford, whose confidence, like most players in this team, are low. I think he can really lift his confidence towards the end in these final four games, and hopefully he does. And Bamford could be a big difference maker in scoring a couple of goals that will keep us up. But we'll have to see what happens. Uh, we never know what can happen. We could win all four, but that's probably not going to happen. But you never know. We could win all four. We could lose all four. It's if the team actually believe in what Allardyce is saying. If they don't believe and don't take in what Allardyce is saying, then we will get relegated. But if they take in what he's saying and how he's wanting us to structure and how he wants us to play and how he wants us to set up in games, then there's a big chance of, if the players actually listen and fully get behind the tactics and how we're going to play, there's a big chance we could get better defensively, score the couple of goals that we need to do to stay in the Premier League and stay in the Premier League. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next time. Peace!